Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing good. So, welcome to your business studies class in which we are discussing chapter number 11, marketing management. In the previous lectures, we had discussed about marketing, that what marketing management is, what is the process of marketing management, and we had also discussed very important topic, that is the philosophies of marketing management. In today's lecture, we would be studying about the functions of marketing management. Functions of marketing management. The very first function of marketing management is gathering and analyzing market information. So this is one of the most important function of a marketer, in which he gathers or collect and analyze the market information, that is systematic investigation of the fact. This is important for making an analysis of the available opportunities and threats, as well as strength and weaknesses of the organization, that is your SWOT analysis. The full form of SWOT analysis is strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Now here marketer tries to understand what customer wants to buy and when, in what quantity and at what price, etc. He also tries to understand the purpose behind the purchase, that is the motive of the purchase, whether the customer is purchasing the product as a necessity or for the style. For example, any type of watch will be preferred by the customer to see the time, but a branded watch is preferred for style. On the basis of this information and analysis, the product is designed, labeled, packed, branded, promoted, etc. And all this data is available both from the primary as well as the secondary sources. So we can say that first and the foremost function of the marketer is to gather and analyze the market information and produce their products according to the needs and wants of the customer. Then next we have is marketing planning. Now here the aim is to develop a complete marketing plan so that the marketing objectives can be achieved. It also must specify the action program. For example, if a marketer aims at enhancing his market share, let us say that currently the market share of that particular organization is 10%. Now they want to achieve 25% market share in the next 3 years. So then his marketing plan should include various important aspects like plan for increasing level of production, promotion of the products, use of promotional tools, suitable plans to develop the products, etc. Next function of marketing management is product designing and development. Now children, this is another most important function of a marketer, that they have to basically design or develop new products and improving the existing products so as to meet the expectations of the customers. So this basically function involves decisions regarding the product to be manufactured and its attributes, that is the functions such as its quality considerations, packaging, models and variations to be introduced, etc. Then it is done by anticipating customer needs and developing the product according to their needs and wants, and the new products or improving existing products to satisfy these needs. Now a good design can improve performance of a product and also give it a competitive advantage in the market. For example, when we plan to buy any product, say let's say a car, we not only see its features like price, mileage, etc., but also the design aspects like its shape, style, etc. So that means when we are buying the product, we are not only buying the product on the basis of its like price, or the, let's say if we have taken the example of car, so price or mileage, but also the styling of that particular product, the shape of that particular product. So product designing and development is very important. Next is standardization and grading. Now first of all, standardization refers to the process of producing goods of predetermined standards so as to achieve the uniformity and consistency in the product. This basically assures that the buyers that goods conform to the predetermined standard of quality, price and packaging, and reduces the needs for inspection, testing and evaluation of the product. For example, let's say we always check before buying electrical goods that whether their ISI mark is there or not. Then before buying any jewelry, we always check for the hallmark. On food products we can find this FPO. So all these are the standardization products basically, which assure that whatever product you are buying, they conform to the predetermined standards, and they basically a kind of give you the assurance of the safety of that particular product. And why this standardization is taken place? So that we can achieve the uniformity and consistency in the products. Now if we talk about the next term, that is the grading. So basically grading means classifying or dividing the products, or let's say we can say the division of products into classes made up of unit possessing similar features, such as for agriculture products. Now you have seen that let's say when we go to buy a rice, I'm not talking about that packet India Gate or basmati rice, but when we goes to that kirana shop and we buy rices, so we have various varieties, like we have a rice for rupees 60 also, we have a rice for rupees 90 also, 100 also, 200 also. So how this happened? Basically we have graded the product according to, or we have basically classify them into different goods, into different groups on the basis of their features, on the basis of their quality. So it is basically mainly done in case of agriculture products, wheat, fruits, vegetables, tobacco, rice, etc. Now this grading basically ensures that goods belong to a particular quality and helps in realizing higher prices for high quality products. Next function is packaging and labeling. Now packaging refers to designing a package, that is a wrapper or a container for a product. Then labeling basically is concerned with designing a label to be put on the package. It may vary from a simple tag to complex graphics. Packaging basically protects the product from damage, risk of spoilage, breakage and leakage. It also makes buying convenient for the customers and serves as a promotional tool also. So this packaging and labeling have become so important in modern day marketing that these are considered as the pillars of marketing. So basically whenever sometimes our buying is basically, we can say, it is because of the packaging also. Sometimes we buy a product just we are attracted with the particular packaging and we just buy the product whether we have an intention of buying that product or not. So basically this packaging and labeling are one of the most important aspect in the marketing management. Next we have is the branding. Branding means to give a specific name to a product. So first of all, the marketer has to decide that whether they want to sell their product in its generic name or in a brand name. Then this branding also helps in differentiation. They build customer loyalty and promote its sales. The decision whether each product will have a separate brand name or the same brand name to be used for all the products. So branding is very important. We all are aware of this branding, like we prefer to buy goods of certain brands only, like I prefer to buy shoes of Reebok shoes only, or I prefer to buy clothes from a particular brand only. So that means it assures a customer loyalty and it helps in differentiating our products from our competitors. Now the next function is customer support services. Now in the highly competitive business environment, we know that customer support services is an important tool for the success of any marketing. So services such as after sale services, handling customer complaints, providing credit facilities, maintenance services, technical services, etc. All these services aims at providing maximum satisfaction to the customers, which in turn helps in procuring repeat sales from the customers and developing brand loyalty for the product. Next we have is the pricing of the product. That means to fixing up the price of a product at which we are ready to sell our goods or services to our ultimate customers. So basically price is defined as the exchange value in terms of money, and pricing of product refers to the process of fixing up the price of a product. Now this price plays an important role in the success or failure of a product, as demand of a product is related to the price of the same. Generally, lower the price, higher would be the demand for the product, and higher the prices, lower would be the demand for the product. So basically here the marketer have to properly analyze the factors determining the price of a product and take several crucial decisions in this respect, including setting the pricing objectives. So some of the factors are cost of the production, demand of the product, degree of competition, etc. All these factors we would be discussing in a later part of the chapter when we would be discussing this price as a separate element of marketing. Next function we have is the physical distribution. Now this ensures that the goods move from the production center and reach the consumers in the consumption center. So there are basically two major decisions that are taken in this area. First is decision with respect to channels of distribution or marketing intermediaries like wholesalers, retailers to be used, and physical movement of goods, that is from the place of production to the place where it is required by the customers for their consumption or use. So the important decision areas include managing your inventory, storage and warehousing, transportation of goods from one place to another. Next we have is the promotion. Now it includes all activities undertaken to inform prospective customers about the product, its qualities, availability, price, etc. So basically to give the information or knowledge about your products to the consumers, and this can be happen only with the help of a promotion. So some of the examples of promotional activities are advertising, personal selling, publicity, sales promotion, public relation, etc. Now these are essential for creating, maintaining and increasing the demand of a product, and it is one of the crucial decision also as to decide the promotion budget and the promotion mix, that is the combination of promotional tools that will be used. So all these aspects like your product, price, physical distribution, promotion, we will be discussing in more detail in the later part of the chapter. Next function we have is transportation. So as we all know, transportation means physical movement of goods from the place of production to the place of consumption. It also helps in removing the hindrance of place and creating the place utility by carrying the goods to the places where they are required. Then it also basically brings together the producers and the consumers who are located at different places. It not only transport finished goods, but raw materials are also transported. It is affected by the nature of the products, its cost and location of the target market. Obviously we have to decide about the which transportation mode we would be opting on the basis of the nature of the product, its cost, whether it is costly or whether it is a cheap product, and the location of the target market. It also involves decisions such as your mode of transportation, route planning, etc. And it helps to avoid situations of extreme surplus and deficiencies. For example, that we know that tea is produced in Assam and is transported to different places where it is consumed. So basically various modes of transportation can be opted like railways, airways, roadways, waterways, etc. Now the choice of the mode of transportation depends upon the factors like the nature of the product, cost, etc. Let's take another example. We commonly see on the roadsides some private vehicles belonging to Parle, Priya Gold, Pepsi, Britannia, Mother Dairy, and so on. So these private carriers are the live examples of the transportation functions of marketing. Next we have is the storage and warehousing. Now we know that there is a time gap between the production and the consumption of the goods. So producers basically need to hold and preserve goods during these time gap. So storage and warehousing basically helps in protecting the goods. It helps a firm to manufacture products in anticipation of the demand. It helps in minimizing the price fluctuations. Many manufacturers or retailers may maintain their own warehouses, or they can hire the services of warehousing companies. So to recapitulate, we have done today the functions of marketing management, which includes first we need to gather and analyze the market information. Then we have to basically do this market planning. Then we have to design the product and develop it, standardization and grading, packaging and labeling, branding, pricing of the products, physical distribution, promotion, customer support services, transportation, storage, or warehousing. So these are the few functions of marketing management. Based on today's topic, there are 2 questions that you have to basically do for this so that you can revise and you can get to know that whether you are clear with the topic or not. Thank you, students.